Okay. All right, take two. All right, so welcome to the School Health Advisory Council first meeting for 2024-2025. So glad to see all of you here tonight. So why do we need a School Health Advisory Council? It's Texas law. Of course, healthy children learn better. Schools play an important role in teaching healthy habits, and healthy homes and healthy schools support healthy children. So the goals of the SHAC are to assist the district to ensure that local community values are being reflected in health instruction. SHAC plays a role in strengthening the connection between health and learning, and SHAC helps parents and community stakeholders reinforce the knowledge and skills needed to promote healthy habits and behaviors for a lifetime. So the components of a coordinated school health program are listed there, and we have representatives from each of those departments within our district as members of the SHAC. And of course, parents should make up the majority of the council members. So if you have any other parents that you've met that would like to participate, please invite them and let me know. I'll be happy to send them the calendar invites as well. So this is our list of appointed SHAC members for the 2024-2025 school year. And we had a number of them unable to attend tonight. Our board representative is Carolyn Benavides, and she's unable to be here tonight, but will be joining us for the next meeting. And Mr. Moore's daughter is playing volleyball tonight, so he hopefully will be with us at the next meeting, but could not make it tonight. Do we have anyone in the audience that wishes to speak? Yes, ma'am.
Just for the purpose of the recording, can you state that we do have a quorum?
Oh, we do have quorum present
Of the appointed people.
of the appointed members of SHAC. Thank you, Sylvia. Do we have any guests that wish to speak to the School Health Advisory Council tonight?
I have not received any.
Okay, so none tonight. We'll move on. So one of our important items to address tonight is the election of officers for the SHAC. We talked about this at the last meeting of last year, but I believe we made a motion to move that to this first meeting of this year. We have had one member who is out of town at a conference, Crystal Ratana, and she has stated that she would be willing to be considered for the co-chair. So election of officers, we are required to have a chair, a co-chair, and a secretary. The chair and the co-chair must be a parent member, and at least one of the remaining two officer positions shall be held by a parent or a community member not employed by the district. The third position may be held by a CFB ISD employee. So to go over the responsibilities of the different positions, the responsibilities of the chair shall be to preside at the meetings, appoint committees as necessary, appoint an acting parliamentarian as necessary, serve as an ex officio member of all committees, work directly with the membership and the co-chair to compile agendas for the meetings of the SHAC, and perform other responsibilities as may be prescribed by the SHAC, and which are in accordance with the SHAC's authorizing statute, district policy, and direction of the Board of Trustees. The responsibilities of the co-chair shall be to preside at SHAC meetings in absence of the chair, serve as a member of committees, perform other responsibilities, and then the responsibilities of the secretary shall be to preside at meetings when the chair and co-chair are absent, work with the chairs and the advisor to prepare meeting notices and minutes, record the minutes of all the SHAC meetings, and other responsibilities as prescribed by the SHAC. So with that being said, Sylvia, do you have any guidance for us on how to proceed with the election?
Yes, so I think if you have information from somebody to be the co-chair. If there are no objections, that person. Yes, so do we also have a person interested in being chair? Returning as chair, maybe, to help our co-chair new volunteer?
If needed, I will.
Okay, so we have April Cooper Christensen as interested in being chair. Do we have any other nominations? So hearing none, if there's nobody else interested, congratulations, you have been elected. Then Crystal Ratana has shown interest in being co-chair. So are there any other nominations? So hearing none, she has been elected. And then I will return as secretary. I am a CFB employee, but the other two, chair and co-chair, are not employees, so I can be the third person serving.
Please.
So we are good to go.
And she does a fabulous job as our secretary.
Yes.
I
Yes.
just want to say thank you.
Yes. She keeps us on track,
She
knows
does.
knows procedure, so thank you for that.
And is super organized.
Yes. So one of the items on our agenda for this evening is our CFB weather guidelines. And the reason for that is we've had parents report that they think we're sending children out for recess when it's too hot. But then we've had parents say that they need recess. And then we've had teachers, especially at the start of the year, saying these little ones need recess. They need to go out and run. So this is on the screen is what our present policy is, and the district is asking for the SHAC to look into this and provide guidance on what the SHAC believes should be the district's policy on weather guidelines for recess, heat guidelines. Presently, we had previously been using the National Weather Service, but now we're using PeriWeather, which is has weather stations within the district on the district's own building, so we felt like that would be the most accurate. But we are, if the heat index is greater than 95, we are holding students in from outdoor recess. The reason for that is that the American Academy of Pediatrics has put out research that children and adolescents are much more vulnerable to heat. And so for those reasons that they are less capable of adapting to changes in environmental heat than adults, that they sweat less than adults and produce more body heat during their physical activity, which puts them at greater risk for adverse heat illness type of outcomes. And children, depending on their age, may not recognize when they're becoming overheated or dehydrated and may neglect to rest and drink fluids, making them more susceptible to heat-related symptoms. So that's the research behind what our present practice is. But we have some other area districts that have maybe some more nuanced policies, so that's why the district is asking for the SHAC to look into this and give us your feedback on whether we should keep it the same or whether we should make adjustments to our practices. Yes, ma'am.
I love this. I love that it has the different colors because then it can be associated to be recognizable for the teachers. Quick reference. Oh, it's a yellow day, it's an orange day, it's green day, green is usually, go, go, go. Red, danger, no go. And so I really do like this. I feel like it would be easily adaptable for our areas and our staff as well. Would the day that it is be put out by the district, or would the temperature be checked on campus levels?
Right now, we're having the nurse, the security, and the principals and the APs all have access to PeriWeather, and it's on an app on their phone, so they can just pull it up to see the temperature, heat index, all of that on their phone.
So it'd be campus responsibility, and they can send out a notice as to what color zone day when they're doing all their morning stuff. Okay.
So would the chairperson need to have direct a committee to look into this, to advise the board on what they,
I think that would be the best option, to appoint a committee, and that way we could look at this and others.
And
their
other nearby school
research
districts,
and
yeah,
kind of give us your input on what
Okay.
things.
Gladly. All right, so who would like to join our committee to, wonderful, anybody else? Okay, so I am going to, so we have you three, anybody else? Four, wonderful. Would you all be okay meeting virtually? That is, if y'all don't mind staying after the meeting so we can figure out the time and that would work for us. Fabulous. All right, we have our subcommittee meeting started.
All right, great. You're welcome.
All right, and our other item that we wanted to get Shaq input on is more information or lessons that are impacted by Senate Bill 9. So I will pass it to Lynn Torres and Melanie Williams to share their information.
Hi, I'm Lynn, and this is Melanie, and, well, I'm gonna let Melanie start.
Okay. As a matter of fact, if we could advance the slide, we've got just 3 slides. My name is Melanie Williams. I'm the coordinator for school counseling in Albuquerque District. And Lynn and I are here because we have come to you for the 3rd year in a row to ask for a committee to review the lessons that have recently been written for personal safety. Senate Bill 9 will require school districts to offer guidance lessons to students on certain topics. And if they are some of the Senate Bill 9 personal safety topics, parents have to opt in order for us to provide the lessons. It's not opt out, but opt in. And we have that opt in our enrollment paperwork now. Most of the topics are for secondary, but there are some like child abuse that can fall under elementary. So the topics of Senate Bill 9 are child abuse, family or domestic violence, dating violence, and sex trafficking. And so before a student can receive the instruction, they need to be opted in, and the counselors do have access to those lists. They can run reports from our student information system. And if you'll advance to the next slide, please. We have put together a chart here to let you know the items that we'd like to have reviewed by the committee. And in the past, the committee has reviewed lots and lots of lessons that were written, and it took many hours. These are just a few updates, some new curriculum. Then it was advised by Shaq as well that we add a few things so that there are different lessons for different grade levels. The first is we have a career and technical education course called Counseling and Mental Health. It's offered at Quickview High School. And in that class, some of the actual TEKs cover what counselors need to know, and that's about not taking advantage of clients, and if you become aware of child abuse, what you're supposed to do. So there are lessons written for that. For that course, there are 5 days worth of lessons. It's about healthy relationships, counseling, and personal safety plans. And then professional ethics. The professional ethics touches a little bit on abuse, and so we put it in there, but very, very little. Then the second career and technical education course is human growth and development. It's about lifespan development, and as people grow. It does talk a little bit about child abuse, symptoms of abuse, and trafficking as far as safety goes. So we wanted to make sure that that curriculum is looked at by Shaq. And then we had personal safety lessons for kindergarten through 12th grade, and we added a pre-K lesson. So it's a lesson about personal safety, and if anyone tries to touch you in a way that makes you feel uncomfortable, to know, go, and tell. And then Mental Health America has provided us with a set of puppets for every single one of our elementary schools that are beautiful. It goes with a lesson that was approved last year by our school board after Shaq review. And they now have Scooter the Skunk, who is about online dangers. And there are lessons about what not to post online and what kinds of comments can get you in trouble that could be considered inappropriate. And so we've got some lessons on digital citizenship that has to do with different kinds of feelings, social media posts, and things along those lines. I'll let them talk about it.
So the last two items that we have are actually brochures that are going to be for parents that are available for you to look at. And the reason that we are asking you to look at them is because they are on the topics of sexting and trafficking. So those do come under SB 9. We do want our parents, if they ask about it, though, to have something available for them because unfortunately, some of our students, and everywhere in the country really, do engage in some risky behaviors. And if for those of you who may not know what sexting is, it's either sending an inappropriate picture or inappropriate verbiage to each other on phones. And sometimes kids do not use their wisest considerations when they use their phones. Let's just put it that way. So that would be considered sexting when it goes out to somebody else and is sent to them. And then, of course, trafficking is something that is a huge concern all over this country, all over the world. And just letting parents know, what are some things to know about it? How do I keep my kids safe? I mean, nobody wants to think that could happen to their child, but just having knowledge about it is going to make it a lot more likely that you're not going to ever have to deal with that with your own child. So we're going to offer those two brochures as if parents request that information. So we'd like you to take a look at both of those.
If the committee were to review all of these items, we estimate it would take about 5 hours total for all the videos, reading all the lesson plans, looking at all the slide decks and all of the scripts. And we appreciate any time that a committee would be able to put into this for us.
I do have a question.
Yes.
In the past, we have had CFBISD parent nights where we have had parents gather and divide and talk about the curriculum that they're going to be presented with. And then they also separated the children and had talks with them about that as well. I haven't heard of that happening in a few years. Is that going to be possibly put on y'all's radar?
Yes, we did. Last year we did lots of coping skills type. That was one of the topics that was requested last year.
Mm-hmm.
And then we did substance use,
Yep.
coping skills, trafficking was one of the ones
Yep.
that we did last year.
That we
So,
offered. We're still doing it.
Okay, but are y'all doing it?
It was as part of our parent education and
Okay.
family nights.
Okay.
Yes.
Just wanted to make
That's
sure.
what it was.
Okay.
Yeah. And usually we send out and ask, like, what are the topics that you all are interested in, and then we try to go around those
Okay.
topics. So, and go
There
ahead.
was one specifically over the sexual health curriculum a few years ago, and is there going to be a night specifically over?
That would be health, right?
It is health.
That is,
That would be
It is
curriculum.
part of health.
Talking about the
But
fifth
this-
grade, maybe, are you talking about the fifth grade lesson?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Something
Thank you.
different. Okay.
It's been a while. But they actually did it at like third grade and then fifth. Was it third grade?
I
Too?
think
Fifth
it
grade.
was fourth and fifth
Oh,
grade.
is it fourth and fifth?
Now the nurses still
Yeah,
do
something. Yeah. So that's what I was wondering. And are we going to do it over trafficking as well?
So, usually the trafficking is part of the mandated
It
lesson
is
for students.
Senate Bill 9 for the students.
With opt-in only, which I know it sometimes seems strange that it's mandated, but then it's
Oh, I'm
opt-in.
very familiar, yeah.
Okay, so that will be presented to the students by the counselors if their parents opt in. So
Right.
as far as I know at this time, we don't have anything set up in the evening to do that, but it's something that we could look into if that's something that you would like us to do.
I just feel like it would be impactful.
On trafficking in particular.
I think that because here's the deal, while we have it over sexual health, I think by adding trafficking, it helps them understand the possibilities of what could happen with their own children.
Mm-hmm.
We recently had another child who was 15 years old as a runaway here in Carrollton just the other day, and that's so easy to pull them in for that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's the standpoint. A lot of people think of it as a border thing.
Yeah.
No,
It's not.
it's not.
So we might I'm trying to think about who put that on last year.
Poema does a great job.
Poema.
Poema, they
Okay.
do a great job. We did have someone come and present that last
Yeah.
Okay, I
We
do
can
remember
that
it was
again.
just, yeah, but I didn't know if we could do it on, you know, kind of like that, the same,
Yeah.
the same way that, because that really worked for the sexual health. A lot of parents have come out, so
That's
I'm
good.
trying to, I
Are
didn't
you
know if
thinking
we
about it at the
piggyback
same
on.
time?
I don't know if you would want
That's a
to,
nurse
it just
thing.
popped in my mind, so there's no organization to this thought, it just popped in. But, to piggyback on, or have it its own night, my concern about it being its own night is losing
That
people.
Maple wouldn't come, yeah.
Yeah, versus
Okay.
if you piggyback on, and it still goes with that, you know, and would be such an important topic. A friend of mine, actually she's my goddaughter, she had a medical issue and she had bruises all over her body because of another medical issue that they were doing testing and it caused bruising. And at the hospital, they're like, write your name in the red pen if this is, you know, and
That's very helpful.
it is, but they don't know that they have these options, you know what I mean?
That
And
there's
they don't.
safety things set up.
Yes, there's so many safety things in place in a variety of places, and you can go to a fire station, you can go, you know, there's
We could
so
even have that as a shack topic too.
right, and that's a good yeah.
And publicize it as well.
That's not a bad
Yeah.
idea.
I
But-
think the traffic is such a bury your head in the sand.
It
topic
is, yes.
That if it's by itself, that maybe
might be
you
more-
wouldn't have as many people show up. So I think.
But
Yeah.
figure out how to best market it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like it being attached to another topic,
Okay.
human sexuality is a great topic because it does go with it, would be more impactful. I worry about our kids these days. I've always, but obviously we're all here. We all feel that way. But I feel like it's such an easy way for them to snag our kids, but we bury our heads in the sand as parents. Not my kid, not gonna happen. And it does. It doesn't matter what socioeconomic status they have come from.
No, it doesn't.
So, yeah.
Okay, that's a good point.
It's a great point,
Okay,
and good
sorry.
idea to.
I didn't mean to
No,
totally
no,
derail
that's
the meeting.
completely okay.
Maybe
You're
okay.
good. We were finished actually, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is why you don't want me as chair. I know, I'm
No,
sorry.
that's great.
You're passionate, that's good, that's what we
I
need.
am.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
All right, thank you.
So do we, Sylvia, since you know are, you know, keeping us on track as far as
Oh, yeah, sorry.
procedure, do we need to do something as far as subcommittee to review this information?
Yes, we do need a subcommittee for this one. Do you want to lead it, or do you want to just be on it?
I wanna be on it.
You want to be on it? Okay, I'll lead it.
I can be on it.
Okay, fabulous. Okay, hold on. Hold your hands up so Sylvia can write your names down if you don't mind.
So for Kelly, April, by default, sorry.
I know.
As well. 1, 2, 3, 4. I wonder if we could consult Jonathan Will. He's not here today.
I was gonna say that would probably be a need
But he's-
anyway.
we can
He's
check,
part of
and if
the
he doesn't want to,
PD.
just take him off. I'll
Okay.
put him on.
Sounds great.
All right.
Well, and my co-chair.
Co-chair may wish to also.
Exactly, and
yes,
that's- yeah.
We could check with Crystal as
Yeah.
well.
See, yeah.
On both committees already.
Yes, please.
All right, and topics for further consideration, of course, trafficking could definitely be one. And since we had not had our election yet, I did set up for our Executive Director of Safety and Security to do a presentation on hidden in plain sight for the October meeting. And that is, and of course, she'll be able to give you lots of details at that time, but it's a lot of things that, especially adolescents and children can use to hide drugs and drug paraphernalia that we as adults would never perceive as being vehicles for that. And it's like she'll have like a setup like a bedroom, and we get to tour through it, and she's gonna present. So we can always add to the agenda for the next meetings, but we do have that set up for October.
That's awesome.
Is there anything else? And of course, we had already a great discussion on trafficking as a topic. Any other topics that anyone would like to hear about this year?
I feel like the fentanyl thing has been beat, not wrongfully, it needs to be. But one of the other concerns is prescription drug abuse. It is one of the biggest segues into illegal drug use as well. And so I feel like that would be a great topic. What do y'all think, guys?
Maybe with an update on fentanyl.
And that's what I was gonna
Has it
suggest.
gone away?
No.
But parents aren't being notified, so for all I know, it's gone. Like, it's all resolved, and maybe not completely, but what I've heard from employees in the district is, oh, no, for some reason, we're just not communicating that to parents.
Like, I'm on a board associated with some hospitals in the area, and I know that, like, there were a couple of deaths from fentanyl, but they were not in our school district, they were east. So, I mean, it's in the Metroplex, but I don't, and Melanie may be able to speak more to it than I can as far as what was that?
Oh, even overdoses at the school, like, it used to be a heightened awareness for parents, and so I would therefore heighten that awareness to my kids.
Right.
But I haven't heard anything, and I know I'm not dumb enough to think that it's gone away, but I just think if it's still present, then we're not done talking about it.
Oh, no,
Right.
no.
Well, it's a community issue.
It
so.
is.
Right.
But I think it's not as prevalent as what we were seeing for a while, thankfully, but it's still out there.
Thankfully.
Okay, well, if there's any other topics that you all think of, we'll definitely.
Oh, go ahead.
take them.
Hold on, we have a couple more.
No, oh, you have some other agenda?
No.
No, I want to talk about that email that I sent. I attended the Texas PTA Healthy Lifestyle Working Committee. So we are doing some, and the whole meeting was about that competition that we are trying to encourage schools to take part into. And it's not just about nutrition, it's about vaping, it's about mental health. So if a school does so and so things, then they are eligible to apply for an award. So I replied all to your email, and there was a flyover over there, and that flyer talks about the nutrition activity or healthy snacks or cybersecurity. Like, check one of these items, and if a school participates or a school PTA participates in that, then and it will be then the one from elementary, one from secondary, and one from high school, and if they get selected, then they will be presented at the Texas PTA launch, which is a massive event which happens in Gaylord.
Yeah.
And I think next year it is in the Dallas Anatole. So the foundation for the healthy lifestyle and that check the type of activity that have been encouraged is what we are talking about. So how can we use SHAC to promote, advertise, evangelize? And I was wondering on the Thursday, October 3, there is a good audience over there in the Board of Trustees meeting. So can we get the 3 minutes as a SHAC representative? I can speak about that competition and the flyer, and then all the principals are listening.
That would
Right.
be great.
And that is that meeting where all the leadership is there, where all the principals are listening, because we cannot do anything without the principal participation.
Right.
We cannot do anything. I cannot approach the parents, I cannot approach the kids. It becomes very hard. So I want to evangelize on the behalf of SHAC, and if we can, I'm wondering if it is too late or not, but if I can get 3 minutes on that forum and the
You
agenda.
can sign up for the forum, and I believe there's a link for you to sign up, so I can get that for you and send it to you. So you
But
can
that is
sign
the
up
audience
and
for
be-
guests, right?
Mhm, yes,
Yeah.
it
It is audience for guests.
Yeah, I was wondering if we
But-
can be inserted in the agenda as a SHAC representative.
Oh, yeah, I think they've already got the agenda set, but you could definitely do the audience for guests.
Okay,
and
I'll do
get
that
it
then.
Yeah, definitely. So,
October
that would be
3rd?
great.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm writing it down.
yeah. Right? You can stand next to me as a
That's
chairperson,
right.
and we can both go over there.
Okay. Had another topic, and now I forgot it all of a sudden. Dang it. Because I got all into what you were talking about. Oh, okay, keep going.
Yeah, it always happens to me.
I know, I'm the worst. Sorry.
Well, that's all I had. Is there anything you have? Anything else?
I'm thinking.
Just
I'm
trying
thinking. It hurts.
Yeah.
Y'all
While
probably
you're
see the
thinking,
smoke
I have one
coming
more
out
thing
of
to
these.
talk about. So, I listened to this lady from Poema Foundation. Has anybody heard about Poema Foundation? Poeima Foundation?
They're the ones who do the trafficking presentation.
Right.
So once I heard that lady twice. I attended twice. And she's simply amazing. If we can educate or use Shaq, and I can bring her to the next meeting, I can talk to her. But if you can have that, if you can go to the internet, type Poema Foundation, Poeima Foundation, and she is simply amazing. I mean, there will be a 360-degree turn in our information, in our knowledge after you hear her speak. And I think every high school should have that session once a year.
Poeima.
I just went over there right now. Yeah, Poeima
Oh, okay.
Foundation. M as in Mary.
Oh, okay, sorry about that.
Foundation. There it is. Oh, she has some real life incidents. She talks about how we can detect this. And every parent of any teenage girl, this is like it should be a core curriculum activity. She is just amazing, the experiences and the anecdotes. And I promise you, after that 1 hour, you'll be a completely different person.
Now it says worship, so it's affiliated with a religion.
No. She just
A
comes
night.
in. No, she is not.
Okay.
So,
Because it says a night of dinner and worships.
That's like a specific event.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to make sure.
it's not right.
Okay. Awesome.
It's a foundation. She started doing this at the age of 17 or 18.
Okay.
The person came and spoke, and she did speak at CFBISD even twice.
Okay.
One was at the early college, I went there, and then one more event, I forgot.
Council PTA.
Council PTA? Okay, thank you. So I think this should be, and we can invite her or make her part of some high school opportunity, and then, if we can make the difference in the life of 10 parents, then we have achieved our purpose.
Well, and we're gonna have. Isn't that who we're gonna do the room with?
The room
I-
with is the Hidden in Plain Sight.
Hidden in plain sight, and it's not through them.
I don't.
Who is
believe
it
so.
that you were?
It's Rachel Freeman.
Rachel Freeman
Oh,
from
okay.
Safety and Security.
Okay. Oh, and
She's gotten it through,
Okay.
a grant.
She's
for-
this lady who that's over is talking about does trafficking presentations. So we're going
Okay.
to link maybe trafficking with humans.
Because right now we use the NEST curriculum,
She could be the presenter.
so
I mean, that can be something else.
that would be awesome. That would be fabulous. One of the other possibilities that I thought of, we recently have had the issue of threats being made on campuses and being posted online, and they've been posted online across the United States, the same exact postings as well. But parents are scared, kids are scared. Some are also using it as an excuse and pulling kids from school.
What type of threats?
Safety threats
Like on
on
social
campuses,
media.
posted on social media, and the same exact threat was posted in over 20 different schools across the United States. This same exact message, but because of that, we wound up having half the kids. My kids came home and were like, "Yeah, half our class was gone today," and it was posted the day before, about the next day, and so the rest of the week there was less and less students. And unfortunately, the same day, two of my sons go to Turner. There was shots fired at Crosby and 35, and so that then validated that for a lot of parents. So I feel like maybe a presentation from our Safety and Security Board about handling these threats would be really helpful, because it's becoming more and more common and more of an issue.
Okay.
Because-
Since Rachel will be here
Yeah.
this meeting, she would be a perfect person to.
Yes. So how do y'all feel about that? I feel like it's something that needs to be addressed. Yeah.
Well, I know the district sent out the email not long ago, talking about it, that they're aware, that people
Yes.
should try not to freak out.
Exactly.
That security is on it, which is good, but you need to reiterate to people that we're present.
If your children are getting this, chances are our district higher ups are getting this. and there's safety people who have protocols and such in place.
Right.
Yeah, so I feel like this will help maybe ease the minds and hearts of some of the parents. So, okay,
Yeah, good idea.
okay. Well, I think we got some good topics for the year.
Yes, definitely. All right. Well, thank you all for being here tonight, and I will send out the information to you for the committees to
Perfect.
review. And look forward to seeing you at the October meeting.
Thank you, guys. Last night I was at Turner for their Mensa Move meeting, and somebody from higher up was there and was like, "So, are you gonna be leading the shock again?" And I was like, "Well," and my husband's like, "No."
October meeting is,
When would be good for us to meet subcommittee-wise real quick?